Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously it's kind of a younger team this year, but anytime you have the Cy-Hawk rivalry, it's going to be a really good game. It doesn't really matter who's on each side of the ball, and they're very well coached. I have a lot of respect for Coach Fenley, and it's going to be a hostile environment, really kind of our probably true first road test that we faced this year. It's going to be loud, it's going to be exciting. I still expect a decent amount of Hawk fans, but these games are just always, a lot more fun to play in because they have that emotion behind them, and that's kind of what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing. I think she covered everything. Any in-state rival game, like even outside of just the Cy-Hawk one, they're all super fun. We have a ton of Iowa fans on both ends, so it'll just be a really cool environment. And like she said, it's a hostile one, so they have great fan base, and it's going to be just a super cool game for us, and definitely one of the first road tests as well.
What's this one mean to you, Kylie? I mean, you went over there 2 years ago, so it's not your first time back there.
Mm-hmm.
But what's this one mean?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely pretty far out from since I've been there last, but I think going there my sophomore year kind of got my toes in the water of experiencing how it feels. But I mean, like I said, they have a great fan base, and it's just a really good environment to play in. I think even if you aren't on the Cyclones team, I mean, they still have just a great support, and we're gonna have a lot of Hawk fans there too, so it'll just be a really fun game.
Caitlin, you guys scored 58 points in that loss to Kansas State here. You're averaging 97 points over the last 5 games. Was there, did you guys as a team kind of come together and say something about after that Kansas State loss? Was it something the coaches said? What kind of sparked, this offensive output over the last 5 games?
I think everybody kind of just took a step forward in a way. I think we knew we needed to get a lot more out of everyone. Everyone could take a step forward. I could get people more involved in the offense. I think it was just kind of a wake-up call in a way of, people are going to play good defense, but our offense is really good too. So we need to find ways to score. And at the same time, that game was not a very accurate representation of what our team is. And but it reminds you of, anybody can be beat on any given day. You need to show up. You need to prepare. Just because you're playing a team on your home court, it's not a given win. But yeah, I think our offense has definitely been clicking since that game. It was nice to go to Florida and string 3 wins together. That's always a huge confidence boost when you're playing back to back to back. But other than that, I think, we've had multiple people in double figures, and that's what we're going to need going forward. Going into the Iowa State game, going to Wisconsin, which is another sold-out game. I think those are, things that need to be, happening every single night in the starting lineup. Or, our bench production has been really good. Kylie's come in and given great minutes. Sydney Falter off the bench has been tremendous for us this year. So I think it's just those things are something that, we need to keep progressing on.
Caitlin, what stands out about your first trip over there, and what do you kind of expect from a environment, just the whole vibe of being over there?
Yeah, well, the last time we played there was our second game back from when we had COVID and we were shut down for a while. So we were playing on just a couple practices. I think we had just lost to Duke too. So it was kind of a weird dynamic for us. It didn't really feel like, I don't know, maybe not, we weren't fully prepared, we weren't quite in shape. But we played a decent game. I think it was close for the most part. I think we were winning part of the game. But overall, just a really great atmosphere. Their student section was tremendous. I grew up going to some games inside Hilton. I know what it's all about. I know how loud it gets. They support women's basketball. And their teams are always very well coached. So I think those are the biggest things. And it feels like forever ago that we played there. So I'm excited to finally go back and be able to play there again. And these are the games that you wake up a little bit more for. They're fun, and it's our third step. And Coach Butter always talks about we want to be state champions. We want to beat the 3 in-state schools. So this is our third one to kind of check the box off on.
What kind of challenges does Audie Crooks present? I mean, she's kind of a post that you don't see many like her.
Yeah, she's really good, and we'll get more into our film and scout today and going over all of that. So I think she's just really physical. She's hard to defend. Obviously, as a freshman, it's pretty impressive what she's been able to do so far. But what she did in high school, everybody knew about her, so it's not really that surprising. She's just physical. She's big. She's hard to guard. We always want our post to push off the block, so that'll be a key. She keeps the ball high, doesn't drop the ball down when she's trying to score. So. I know Coach Buder and our coaches will have a great game plan to stop her, and I think it's really good for us. We have a lot of different looks we can throw at her, and I think at times that can be challenging for all post players. Is whether we're doubling, whether we're trapping, whether we're playing you straight up. It's just throwing different looks at people to kind of keep them on their toes.
Caitlin, for the K-State game, you were the youngest starter on the floor for the Hawkeyes. Program's leading scorer. Everybody around you is still older. How important and impactful is it for you as a player to have all that experience around you?
Are you talking, what game are you talking about specifically?
The K-State game.
The K-State game. I think, having people around me is always key. I can't do everything by myself. And I think Coach Bluter has always preached, the better that everybody else is, that's how far we're going to go. But it's my job to, get them involved, help them get into the offense. So I think that's my job as a point guard, whatever it is find ways to be successful. If Kylie's in the corner, drive out her defender, get them to come off, give her an open three in the corner, get Sharon on the top and in, because I know that's where she's best successful as a post player. So I think that's just the biggest thing is, finding people ways that they're successful. And I know that as a point guard, I've had the opportunity to play with a lot of these girls, whether it's been here, whether it's been in AAU, or whether it's been in high school. I know how their games are, so pick apart the defense to set them up for success best.